Welcome to Smart Stock Watch, your go-to channel for in-depth financial analysis. Today is April 29th, 2025, and we're diving into Starbucks Q2 fiscal year 2025 earnings report. Joining us is John, senior analyst from Smart Stock Watch. John, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to discuss Starbucks' latest financial performance and their strategic initiatives.
Starbucks has been working on their Back to Starbucks strategy. How has this impacted their Q2 results?
Well, the strategy is aimed at turning the business around, and while there are some positive signs, the financial results show that there's still work to be done. Let's delve into the details.
Revenue and profitability overview. Let's start with the top line. Starbucks reported a net revenue of $8.8 billion for Q2, which is a 2% increase compared to last year. John, can you shed some light on this?
Absolutely. The revenue growth is modest, driven by a 3% increase on a constant currency basis. However, the GAAP EPS of 34 and non-GAAP EPS of 41 both show a significant decline from the previous year, indicating challenges in profitability.
What factors contributed to this decline in earnings per share?
The decline in EPS is primarily due to a contraction in operating margins, which were affected by increased labor costs and restructuring expenses as part of their strategic initiatives.
Segment performance analysis. John, let's break down the performance by segment. How did Starbucks fare in North America and internationally?
In North America, revenue increased by 1% to $6.5 billion, but operating income saw a significant decline due to higher labor costs. Internationally, revenue grew by 6%, driven by new store openings and increased transactions, although operating income decreased due to promotional activities and restructuring costs.
And what about the channel development segment?
The channel development segment experienced a 2% decline in revenue, primarily due to a decrease in the Global Coffee Alliance revenue, although there was some offset from ready-to-drink products.
Strategic initiatives and leadership insights. Starbucks has been actively pursuing its Back to Starbucks strategy. What are the key strategic moves they've made this quarter?
Starbucks opened 213 new stores, focusing on expanding their global footprint. CEO Brian Niccol expressed confidence in the strategy, highlighting the brand's strength and potential for future growth. CFO Cathy Smith emphasized the importance of building a better business for long-term success.
How does leadership view the current financial results?
Both Niccol and Smith acknowledge that while the results are not yet at Starbucks' full potential, they are optimistic about the strategic direction and the opportunities it presents for sustainable growth.
EPS forecast and analyst expectations. John, analysts had forecasted an EPS of 49 cents for this quarter. How did Starbucks' actual performance compare?
Starbucks reported an adjusted EPS of 41 cents, which fell short of the forecasted 49 cents. This miss can be attributed to the challenges in managing costs and the impact of restructuring expenses.
What does this mean for investor sentiment?
Missing the EPS forecast could lead to some investor concern, but the company's strategic initiatives and leadership's confidence might mitigate some of the negative sentiment.
Key takeaways. To wrap up, Starbucks' Q2 results show a company in transition with modest revenue growth but challenges in profitability. John, what are your final thoughts on Starbucks as an investment?
Starbucks is clearly focused on long-term growth through strategic initiatives. While the current financials show some hurdles, the company's strong brand and leadership's commitment to the Back to Starbucks strategy could make it a compelling investment for those with a long-term perspective.
Thank you, John, for your insights. And thank you to our viewers for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Smart Stock Watch. We'd love to hear your thoughts on Starbucks performance in the comments below.